Okay, so we're now sitting down. We've had a go on the sim. Usmaan's tested the sim. We've just spoke about it. You've seen in the video. But we thought we'd go into a little bit more detail about how the model compares to reality, and also what we did on the day. So yeah. So what are the thoughts straight away?
So yeah, initial impressions are. So what we've done on the sim, we sort of matched the steering weights and the sort of pedal pressure, so it's similar to the actual car. So initially, from that point of view, the inputs are exactly the same. Sort of the way the car loads up, as the steering loads up, is very, very comparable. Sort of the way the car turns into the corner, so the initial push and the entry that you get feels very, very similar. Obviously, the standout difference between the real car and the simulator is you don't have that feeling on your body. So as you're braking, as you're loading the car up and turning, you're not getting the forces. However, if you can choose to sort of put that to one side and just isolate sort of visual and the way you're actually turning the car using the wheel and how you're manipulating the car using the brakes and the throttle, it's almost exactly the same.
Yeah, because that was a surprising thing, because as soon as Usmaan went on the sim, I wasn't filming, you went, oh, this is actually, almost shocked to find it was actually more accurate than we anticipated. And also, I mean, on the day, we acknowledge the day was a damp track, so it is always going to make it difficult for an exact comparison. But we actually worked on the day. It was quite useful because we were working on some changing different lines. Like you'll see on the video, anyone watching, when you're in the wet, the rubber becomes extremely low grip, so you sort of have to come off the line. That's why it was mentioned when Usmaan was on the sim that practicing coming off the line was quite a challenge on the day. But it was a good learning process for everybody, because you can understand how grip works and how grip discovery works.
Yeah, I mean the conditions were fairly poor that day in terms of it wasn't fully wet and it wasn't fully dry. We were sort of in that semi state, which can be a bit of a challenge. However, yeah, again, the points that you mentioned just now, sort of grip discovery and just braking not where the rubber's been laid down. There's just so much more grip, and it's like it's not instinctive. You look at it and you're thinking, well, I'm just going to go straight off the track.
Well, this is the thing.
That's where the grip is.
You'll hear it a lot on the commentary, where especially on F1, where they'll call it the karting line in the wet. When you see drivers dramatically coming off the traditional racing line to discover grip. I don't really like to call it the karting line, because to me it's the line is the best line is the best line. I mean, you don't need to have done karting to have that opportunity to learn.
It's the quickest line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a karter, at heart, but I think if we sort of pigeonhole certain drivers into certain categories, it limits them to discovering new things. Because some drivers in the wet, they go, I didn't do karting, I wouldn't know, and it's like, well, it's not like that. But yeah, especially in the wet. I mean, one of the dramatic things is the sort of the traction. If you're applying traction actually where the rubber is, that's where you can lose so much of the time. So you see these dramatic lines, especially on the vid when we're coming offline and sort of trying to get the traction. But yeah, I mean, overall the comparison I think you were really happy with, and yeah, it's a really good system, and hopefully we can still improve what we've got here.
Sure.
But
I mean, that was sort of the whole point of doing the test, is to improve what we have here at the sim. And what's good to know is that on a fundamental level, the fundamental dynamics of what we're doing, what we're trying to replicate in the car, that's all there. And it's just tweaking it to adjust to certain cars. So, but the core level, which is what you want as a driver. If you're coming here, it's not like you're getting in the sim and getting to the circuit, oh my god, this feels completely different. If it doesn't feel like you can compare the two, but it's you can get in the sim, do exactly the same thing on the track, and it won't surprise you.
Yeah. So a really positive test for us, and yeah, I mean, we can wrap it up there. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll have some more videos coming up for you to watch as well. So thanks for watching.